Irrational fear and reporting your neighbours. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to talk about two things. One is, well, the irrational fear and ignorance that seems to be going through a lot of people in this community at the moment, and Aussies who are happily, gleefully reporting their neighbours, reporting their fellow citizens. Now perhaps it's just my sensitivity to the idea of reporting, cataloguing, and identifying people protesting for liberty to the authorities. Perhaps I'm just sensitive to that, overly sensitive to that, due to my cultural heritage, being of German, Austrian descent, and actually having looked at history quite extensively, and concerned at the potential path that this can lead. There really seems to be quite an outrage in the media against the people who are simply protesting for their freedom. And there is a lot of people who are, or even our New South Wales Premier, who are disgusted at them. That's the type of language which concerns me more than anything else. I thought we'd have a look at the latest Queensland COVID-19 updates. It's some good news. 5 cases, all overseas acquired. 26 active, 1,770 total cases, 1715 has recovered. You've got 26 hospitalizations and sadly 7 lives lost. Last time I checked, we had 1 ICU case of those 26. We've got over 400 ICU beds in Queensland, everyone. Just to put that in a frame of reference. Now, with that in mind, I want to share with you a Facebook post from a very hard-leaning leftist. And let's just read through this, because this really screams of irrational fear and a lack of understanding of how a bloody mask actually works. So here we go again. Not quite sure how I've caught a cold. Okay, now for those of you that don't know, a cold has been going around all of Australia and Brisbane. We had it. Edward got it. It was the rhinovirus parainfluenza 3. It's gone through all of us in the household because one kid gets it. Everyone gets it. Actually came from Rachel's sister. I think I avoided it, or I didn't really notice it. So it's been doing the rounds, and viewers have mentioned they've got it too. Okay, it's a bad cold. It feels terrible. So it's pretty common. But here's the stupidity here. I've been wearing a face mask for the past 3 weeks, but somehow I have. Okay, now if you wear either a surgical mask or a cloth mask, that's designed to stop you spreading illness, or to minimize you spreading your breath and the droplets in your breath to a greater extent. That's the point of it. That's why you can only use them to a certain point. You got to throw them away. I can understand the whole purpose of you doing that in confined and closed spaces. Makes sense. It's not going to protect you, everyone. If you want protection, you need to get a proper mask. You need to put Vaseline around it. You need to make sure it's sealed. You need to actually test it. You need to be trained how to do it properly. You need to cover your eyes, even your ears if you want to. You need to go full ball, like full prepper crazy. A little cloth mask or a surgical mask, that's not what it's designed to do. I thought, don't people realize that? And here's the kicker. Now waiting for COVID test number 5. 5 tests! Everyone, here in Queensland. We've got no community transmission. Nothing. Hardly anything. Come on. Because I don't want to be that person who waits a week before getting tested. I assume people understand how these masks work. With Queensland extending its mask mandate for another week, it might be time to whip up a few new masks on the weekend. So the handmade, nice quality ones that you can reuse and wash. Do people not understand what the point of it is? It's to limit you spreading illness. It's not to protect you. So how can someone be surprised? That just screams to me irrational fear, hypochondria, going for a test again and again and again and again and 5 times. When what's the risk? The risk is tiny. There's no transmission. Unless you're at a hot spot, unless you're standing right next to someone who's gotten it, or on a plane, even then, there's methods in place. So that just screams to me someone doesn't know what they're talking about or the implications to the risk managing it. And then I think that's a nice little segue into what we're seeing here. Now, this is a quote from the New South Wales Police Minister, and I will rub this out and we'll read through it again. New South Wales Police Minister David Elliott has announced the formation of a strike force comprising of 22 detectives to identify and track down the estimated 3,500 protesters who marched through the city on Saturday. He said more than 90 infringement notices have been issued so far, with 57 charges made. I'm hoping we issue 3,500 infringement notices. I'm hoping we have people before the courts, he told reporters on Saturday afternoon. If you don't want to be in lockdown, obey the rules. Obey the rules. Don't protest, don't challenge, don't question. Do as you're told. We don't have freedom of speech here in Australia. Don't kid yourself into thinking that we do. And people weren't concerned when all these laws, and there were people out there advocating and warning of the implications of this, but they were all dismissed. They were all dismissed. There's not as most. The average punter doesn't care. And the average punter seems to think a cloth mask is going to act like a respirator and protect them, and is shocked when they get the cold or when they get the rhinovirus or parainfluenza 2. An absolute disgrace, selfish, inappropriate behavior of protesters. Now, there's a group on Reddit, Sydney Riot. No affiliation with the police, just people who hate those putting the community at risk. Now, here's the thing. How many, if we all get so paranoid and afraid and so irrational about catching any illness, I mean, what else is going around that can kill people, that can injure people? What about driving? There's a risk element there. Here's the thing: there has to be an appreciation of risk. A place to post photos, videos of those involved in the Sydney anti-lockdown riot. It's a riot, is it? Notice the framing. Notice the words. Do not post any names here, or they will be removed. Report names to Crime Stoppers. And here's some examples. Let's have a look. This is shared on the Liberty group in Facebook. Already reported 14 people. Feels so good. And I'm glad I've screenshotted everything before they deleted their posts. Is there an efficient way to report? I'm literally screen recording the profiles of 98 idiots who were stupid enough to record their attendance on their social media with their full names, but I don't have time to fill out the forms one by one. And I thought team was a lot. Damn, you're the hero of Sydney to have reported all 98 people. Now, here's the thing. This disgusts me. This is what I'm disgusted by. Am I in the minority? Perhaps I am. I read too many history books. Thanks for your service. Outstanding. 14 is bloody amazing effort. So for tonight, for a lot of bored, pissed off lockdown folks, you've given them a reason to start their own operation. Operation Dob in a, dumb sea. Mobs, you want to pin this? Here we go. You can help by reporting people you know. Look through your Instagram and other social media accounts and report these offenders at such and such. This is the portal created specifically to report COVID breaches. Remember to take screenshots of their crimes so that you can upload them in the report. Information will be provided in confidence. Thank you. Here's an idea. How about you round up a whole lot of people and call it a Gestapo? These people have no self-awareness. It's either that or their government accounts trying to make it sound like it's normal to shop their fellow man and woman into the Gestapo. None of these accounts, unless they're the most pathetic losers in existence, are actually real. The ones pushing this as normal and not being paid are the dregs of human consciousness. Well, I put in 2 reports today, sick of the rule breakers. Now, I think this person here, maybe they're a bit too optimistic. What do you think, everyone? So, yeah. What's the solution to this? What is the solution to this? Is this just the danger of a democratic society with mob rule where the media can easily manipulate a whole lot of people. People are scared because they think they understand what they're talking about and how they live in their lives. They don't dig any deeper. And this is a person that's quite politically active. Doesn't know why they got sick when they wore a surgical mask or a cloth mask. Reporting your neighbours, eh? I'm hoping more people will become politically activated and we can shift the open window and getting more people voting sensibly. But, well, maybe this is just chipping away at me a little bit too much. But I mean, it's only 252 people in this group. And it is, Reddit's a cesspool of crap. Normal people don't go to that. But the problem is normal people will only see one side of events. So what do you think, everyone? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. If you're a fan of the channel, you know how to support the show. I'm going to go and play some computer games. This one's depressed me, seeing this type of shit. Really has. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.